me a G minor.
Hold chord.
It occasionally feels trivial to call something, for a band to call something its darker effort, but I guess that's kind of what this is. It's a considerable more minor key, a bit vaster in scope too. We managed to have a lot of our friends playing horns, cello,
Voices.
yeah, additional singers. So yeah, a little more of a sandbox experience. We've had a lot more time to play around with it, and we're not done either. One prominent feature of it is on one song which we hope to make a video out of. Death. We have Paleface singing. Currently living in Concord, but before that a fixture of the New York anti-folk scene. So we're really humbled by his involvement in the album, and I don't know, we got to do it at our house. That made it more comfortable. Did it in the cold, which I think contributed to a lot of the feel.
Did it on tape.
Did it on tape, yeah.
Kind of retro sounding.
Yeah. A little bit of warmth and crackling pop.
Yeah, after here for the next session. Yeah, I'm fragrance or something. Awesome. Let's go.
Oh, we just wanted to keep it as sparse as possible. We wanted to add things that were really going to make the songs sound great, but at the same time they're like extra voices, occasional horns and stuff, so hopefully they won't feel too missing in the live performance. When we did our last album, Family, we just wanted to have as much stuff as possible because the idea with that was that we wouldn't play those songs live anyway, so this was kind of a halfway in between that.
It's such an accessible crowd for some reason. I guess I feel stupid attempting to describe the town to natives, but we have a dispatch guy.
We're really lucky that we stumbled upon this community.
Yeah.
PJ was saying, yeah, I agree. Especially with what Mike is saying, we were definitely taken in right away. Every time we come back, driving into the city, passing the Electric City sign, we find ourselves being like, I really like this place. I'm really glad that we're back in Scranton. At least one of us says it every single time.
Yeah. Also, it's been fun to peruse certain dictionaries to actually find where the Scranton definition of electric actually occurs. Repeat it off your head for me.
Electric. Something that is electric or has to do with an electrical shock.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
But a valid one, but a good one.
That's
Yeah.
not verbatim.
But yeah, it's also similar to Greensboro, which is our hometown. It's it's humble, but not in a way that I mean is like a value judgment. It's yeah, just like I said, accessible. And of course the money notes, to whom we owe most of the joy in our career.
And Chicanos.
Yeah, Chicanos too. That's the other part.
And the bog.
And the bog. Oh, that is the archetypal bar. I want
And
one
the
of those
Weekender.
everywhere.
And a weekender.
Who can forget the Weekender? Really. There was a great one in Blacksburg, Virginia. this drunk guy with could have been dried clay, could have been paint all over his jeans, wandered into one of our shows, and then afterward laid a heavy hand on my shoulder and said, "Now listen, y'all sound like if John Lennon and Doc Watson were making love." And I thought that was definitely one of my favorites. What are some others we've gotten? We've gotten new
Some
vintage.
people say we sound like the Grateful Dead, which I don't understand.
Yeah, I've never
I
managed
had
to
really
agree with
listen to
that
any
one.
of their music.
Maybe they meant for they were a joke band.
More favorable comparisons include, I don't know, the band. We've gotten Dr. Dog lately, which just tickles us pink, because we love that group. And yeah, it is nice to have other people name you because we have such a hard time doing it. At the risk of overstating our genre uniqueness.
Our description of what we do is arts, entertainment, and recreation. That's the best as we can attempt to label it.
In any order you want
This is before we ever got together. A couple friends of mine drove up the 2-hour drive up the mountain to Boone, North Carolina, and on the way back the next day we saw a sign on the opposite side of the highway that said Holy Ghost Tent Revival, and there was a huge tent set up on the other side of the highway. So we took a U-turn at the next break in the median, turned around and took pictures of it, and I don't know if it was weeks or months later, Steve and Matt were standing in my room. We were trying to figure out what to call ourselves for the first little gig that we had. It was just a college campus kind of gig, and it was a matter of somebody, maybe myself, maybe Matt, that said, Holy Ghost Tent Revival, how about that? And we kind of looked around at each other in disbelief and then an affirmation. Like, yeah, Holy Ghost Tent Revival. It just stuck ever since.
Let it be known, though, that our first gig ever, we were called on the kiosk Stephen Murray as Stephen Murray and the Holy Ghost Tent Revival Street Band. So I think there was a few days where we thought maybe we should just call ourselves that.